Two more headlines now. Two police officers are recovering after being stabbed by a man they were trying to actually help. The officers shot the man.
It happened on Fairfield Avenue. That's on the city's east side, and that's where we find News 8's Adam Pinsker tonight. Adam, what have you learned about the suspect?
Yeah, and that suspect, Phil, 20-year-old Deonta Williams, is facing 2 counts of attempted murder. He was shot by the officers during the altercation. He was taken to the hospital, Williams was, and released. Now, one of the officers he's accused of stabbing is also out of the hospital this evening. The other one is still there in good condition. At around 1 o'clock in the morning, officers responded to 1400 Fairfield Avenue after a man said he was being harassed by someone. Police say that same man, 20-year-old Deonta Williams, stabbed the officers when they turned their backs. You can see Williams used several knives in the attack. Some of them are in pieces.
One officer was stabbed in the neck, the other in the chest during that initial unprovoked attack.
Assistant Chief Christopher Bailey says the officers, one of whom was a 20-plus year veteran of the force, gave verbal commands to Williams and then shot him.
Multiple officers had body-worn cameras which were operating at the time of the incident. The critical incident response team will investigate this matter criminally alongside the Marion County Prosecutor's Office.
Assistant Chief Bailey said he watched part of the body camera footage showing the officers being stabbed and calls it disturbing. Police officer support teams are helping the wounded officers, their families, and those who responded to the scene.
We are lucky to have women and men who are willing to put themselves between us and evil every single day. It is a tough job. It's tougher now than it has ever been.
Mayor Joe Hogsett, who has been grappling with a surge in homicides and violent crime this year, says it's common sense not to point a weapon at a law enforcement officer.
The reason for that is whatever outcome occurs as the result of that confrontation, it's never good for the resident. It's never good for the police officers.
Now, as is standard in this case, a police review board will determine if proper procedures and policies were followed by the officers. Both officers have been placed on administrative leave. IMPD is not releasing their names at this time. Live in Indianapolis, Adam Pinsker, Wish TV, wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook.
Adam, thank you. Now to ITM8, local leaders are calling on the state to make changes to the legal system to stop the surge in violence here in Indianapolis. Indy has hit an all-time record with 248 homicides already this year. ITM's Jasmine Miner was at a press conference today with what leaders are demanding happens next, Jasmine.
Well, I can tell you they're not mincing their words.
Yeah.
Fraternal Order Police President Rick Snyder was there, and activist Reverend Charles Harrison was also there speaking on this, and they say there are some things that may seem pretty basic to those on the outside when it comes to the justice system, like judges actually reading probable cause affidavits before deciding a punishment. But they say that's not actually happening, and it's going on a full page of recommendations for the state. And in addition to that recommendation, Snyder and Harrison are asking for current nonviolent felonies. You see the list right there, like stalking, battery, or pointing a firearm, to be deemed violent felonies, and to also prevent automatic bonds for repeat offenders so that those with a criminal history aren't back out on the street. Snyder acknowledged that much of the system is unfair to minority communities, but says it's those communities that face the worst of the violence.
We have been standing up as law enforcement professionals saying their lives matter, and we have opportunities to intervene and protect them. But the broken system of revolving door criminal justice is emboldening offenders who are then taking their lives.
You just spoke about how, police are standing up for saving lives, protecting people, right? But even the communities of color don't necessarily feel that way. So is there changes that need to happen specifically when it comes to policing?
I have 2 teenage children who were interested in going in law enforcement, but after what happened a year and a half ago and the whole Black Lives Matter movement, the kids have no interest now.
Well, part of the plan, they say, is to have those long-term conversations on overrepresentation and disparities within the state. I did reach out to the city for a response to the claim that local leaders just haven't done enough. Mayor Joe Hogsett's office referred me back to the $150 million plan to invest in law enforcement, grassroots violence reduction, and root causes, which was made possible by the American Rescue Plan Act. I'm Jasmine Miner for Wish TV, wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook.